Hi, this is Mrs. Oakley, and today we're going to look at Unit 5, Lesson 2, Writing Fractions as Decimals. Okay, so last time we took decimals and made them fractions. This time we're going to go the other way. Now, this first half of fractions as decimals is pretty easy. What we're going to get into in a couple of the other slides on this lesson, we'll get a little bit trickier. So first off, we don't have a whole number. So the first thing we need to do is just put our 0 and then our decimal. And then we notice that it says tenths. So tenths is here. I'm going to put my 7 in the tenths. Now look at number 11. Let's say 11 is my whole number, right? So that goes before the decimal. I know that I got to get to the hundredths place. So I'm going to put 39 like this. Here we go again. 4 is before the decimal because it's a whole number. Tenths, hundredths, thousand, put the 9 there. Fill in with the zeros. Great job. All right, it is your. Oh, actually, I'm going to show you a second thing. I thought I was going to give you some practice, but not yet. Not yet. You'll get some practice here in a little bit. Here is if it's not a multiple of 10. So when we have 3/10, 400, stuff like that, that's easy, right? But when we have other denominators besides tenths or hundreds or thousands, we have to divide. So we're going to take the top number and we're going to divide it by the bottom number. We're going to put a decimal there and a 0. 7 can't go into 8, so we're going to go here. 7 can go in, or 8 can go into 70. Let's see. 8 times 7, or 8 times 8 is 64. Subtract that. That gets me 6. Let me put another 0 down. 8 goes into 67 times, right? It gives me 56 subtracted 4. Another 0. 8 goes into 45 times. So 7/8 is equal to 0.875 or 875 thousandths. All right, so here we have 14. Well, I can automatically put the 5 in front of it because that's the whole number. Now I got to find out what 3/4 is. So I'm going to say 3 divided by 4, my decimal and my 0. Okay, 4 goes in here 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. Down another 0. 4 goes into 25 times. So 20. 0. Bring up my decimal. So here is 3/4. So the decimal, the numbers behind the decimal are 25. Great job. All right, so 11 divided by 5. 5 goes in there 2 times, so 2. That gives me 10. Gives me this. 5 goes in there 2 times. That gives me 10. That gives me 0. Great job. All right. Now, I want you to try working these last 3 out, 16, 17, and 18 by yourself. Then come back after you've paused the video and tried these. Come back and see if you got them correct. All right. So let's look here. 11 divided by 50. Well, I know 50 won't go into 11, but it can go into 110 2 times. That's going to get me 100. Maybe 10 left over, add another 0. Can go in there 2 more times, get me 100. And I got 0. Good job. Now remember this one, we automatically put the 1 in front of the decimal because it's a mixed number. Now let's find out what 7 divided by 25 is. Put a decimal and a 0. Can't go in there, but it can go in here 2 times. That's 50. That's going to give me 20. Add another 0. I can go in there 8, so it's 1 and 28 hundredths. Okay. Last one, 57 divided by 16. Okay, 16 can go in there. Let's see. 2 would be 32. I think that'll be 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry the 1. 48. That's going to give me 9 left over. Okay, put my decimal here. And a 0 down there, not up here. So 16 can go into 90. Well, you can go in there 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. Carry the 3. That'll give me 80. I'm going to subtract that. It's going to give me 10. I'm going to add another 0. Okay. Let's say 6. 6 times 6 is 36. That's going to get me 6 with, that'd be 96. So that's going to get me 4. And this is as far as I'm going to go with it. Once you've gone a couple numbers behind, go ahead and stop. It shows me that you understand this situation. All right, now we have another kind of decimal to talk about. A decimal that ends in is decimal that never ends. Sorry, it should say a decimal that ends is called a terminating decimal. Mrs. Oakley can't read this one. Decimals that never end are called non-terminating decimals. A non-terminating decimal that have a pattern are called repeating decimals. These decimals can be written with a bar notice. What that means is here we notice that the 3's are going to repeat. So I could write this as 0.3, and instead of doing all those 3, I could just put a line above it, which tells me that the 3 is going to go over and over and over. Here, I can see that the 72 is repeating. So I could say 1.72. That tells me that the 72 is going to repeat. Here I've got the, let me clear this real quick so you can see it better. So 2 doesn't repeat, but the 54 starts repeating, right? So I could say 16.2 and then say 54 and put the bar only over what is repeating, 54. Okay. So let's try working on this. So 2 divided by 9. I'm going to put a decimal. Can't go in there. It's going to go in there 2 times. 2 times 9 is 18. I must subtract it. I'm going to get 2. Uh-oh, I see a pattern. Do you? I'm going to say 2 again. It's going to go in there 18. That's going to give me 2. Just going to keep getting that repeating, right? So I'm going to write this 0.2. Makes sense? All right, 3 is the whole number, but let's see. 7 goes in. How many times 11 goes? It can't go into 7, but it can go into 76 times. 6 times 11 is 66. That's going to give me 4. Add a 0. 6, 4, or 11 can go in there 3 times. 3, that's 33. That's going to give me 7. Uh-oh, I see a pattern again. So here we have 6. Goes in there 66. That gives me 4. Add a 0. Goes in there 3. So I could say that this number is equal to 3.63 with the 63 repeating. All right, go ahead and try these 4 and pausing the video and then come back and see if you got them correctly. All right, so this one should be 1 and something. 5 divided by 6. Can't go there, so 6 goes there 8 times, that's 48. Try to get 2, bring another 0 down, goes in there 3, 18. That gives me another 2, so 3 is going to repeat 8, 3. So 1 and 8, 83 hundredths with the 3 repeating. All right, so let's see, 34 divided by can go in there 2 times. Gives me 30. 4. Bring down my decimal. 15 can go into 40 just 2 times. That'll give me 30. Give me a 10 left over. Can go in there 6 times. 6 will give me 90. Oh, that's going to give me a 10, bringing down another 0. So the 6 is going to repeat. Oops, keep doing that. All right, so here we have 6.7 divided by 18. Decimal. And go into 7. I'm going to say 3 times 24 carry the 2. Going to get me 54. Let's see here. 6. So that's going to get me 16 left over. All right. I'm going to try 7 for the next one. 7 times 18. 7 times 8 is 56. Carry the 5. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 5 is 12. I don't think that's going to be enough. Nope, because that gets me too many left over. So let's try. Let's try something different. That isn't enough out. Let's try 8. 8 times 8 is 60. So this gave me 1. 60. 2 times 8 is 64. Carry the 6. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 6 is 14. And it gave me 16 again. When you keep getting 16 as your remainder, the last number is going to be repeated. So this would be 6.38 with the 8. We have 53 divided by 12. Okay, I'm going to put my decimal there. I have a feeling I'm going to need it. 4 times 12 is 48. I subtract that. I get 5. Add a 0, bring it down. Uh-oh, notice something. 4 times 12 is 48. Having 2. Bringing on another 0 is 1. That's going to get me 12. That's going to get me 8. Bring another 0 down. 6 times 12 would be 78. Just going to give me a 2. Bring down another 0. So these two here will repeat. Great job. All right, go ahead and head back to class craft because you are done with Unit 5, Lesson 2. I'll see you back here for Unit 5, Lesson 3.